All right, today we're going to add some more to your color scheme painting. Once again, I have the colors that I'm using in the lid of my watercolors. So right now I'm going to wake them up a little bit. They're dry now. I'm going to use red for my next shape. Now right now all three of these are dry, and so I'm moving on to whichever one because the whole paper is dry. A lot of people have been asking about the background, so today I'm going to talk about that in this video as well. All right, so when you are painting this, remember that you want to turn your paper. So while I'm working, I'm turning my paper and I am trying to paint in an area a little bit at a time. Always go back and add more water so that it's as smooth as you can get it. And you want the paint that you're using to stay inside the lines as best you can. That's part of your grade for this assignment, is craftsmanship. So as I'm painting, I'm turning my paper every time I get to an edge especially. Water and color. So to get this edge here, I'm right-handed, so I'm turning it so that that edge is on the left side. All right, filling it in a little bit at a time. Every time I start to fill in a new area, I go back over the old area. Don't forget to do that. Now, as I'm painting, I'm going to talk about the background now. Your background is something that you should work on when you're done filling in all of your shapes. If you start working on your background before you're finished filling in your shapes, it tends to get really confusing really fast. The color you'll be using is totally up to you, but it does have to match your color scheme. So if you're going with cool colors, then you don't want to make your background red. Then you're going to get points off for the color scheme part of this assignment when it's being graded. So choose a color that fits with your color scheme. It can be one of the same colors you've already used, and you can water it down a whole lot so that it's a really light version of that color. It can be a really dark version of one of the colors that you've used. You could even mix together a couple of your colors to make a new color, as long as what you're starting with are colors that are from your original color scheme that you chose. All right, so here I have filled in my next one using red. When it dries, it'll be a little bit lighter. I'm gonna go work on another one now. So my color scheme is analogous. That means I'm working with three colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. And so I'm using red, orange, red, and red, violet. I'm gonna save red, violet for my background. This could also be something that you mix together. So if I wanted to, I could make my background, I don't know, red, violet, and red. You can do some wet on wet mixing if you would like to. So as you're painting, be thinking about what color would work really well for your background. Don't start painting your background until you're finished filling in all of your shapes. If you have areas where you've gone outside the lines, messed up a little bit, then there are some things that you can do. You can go back over it with another layer and try to smooth it out. Fill it all in. You could try to use your background to disguise those things. Maybe if you use a darker background, you can cover that up. But you got to be careful with the darker colors because once you place them on the paper, then they're there forever. You can't erase them. So today, continue on, add more shapes that you are painting in. Your goal is to try to be about halfway done painting by Friday.